When you envision a prison, images of gloomy surroundings, iron grills, dimly lit corridors, and uninspiring meals might come to mind, painting a picture of desolation. Typically, prisons serve as confinement for wrongdoers and as a deterrent against lawbreaking. Yet, in today's feature, we'll explore some global prisons equipped with libraries, housekeeping services, recording studios, and even cosmetic surgery facilities. Join us as we unveil the top 9 most lavish prisons globally. Number 9. Leovan Justice Center, Austria. While violent crime is rare in Austria, burglaries seem to be all the rage. Robbery rates are 40% higher than in the US. Why so high? Well, probably because everyone's trying to get into the appropriately named Leovan Justice Center. This flashy minimum security prison could easily be mistaken for a building on the Google campus, with it being given the title of a 5-star prison fancy. The architect who designed the building, Joseph Hohenson, wanted to make sure he created something that kept the prisoner's dignity and designed the building with the inmates' self-respect in mind. Inmates have their own TVs, private en-suite bathrooms and kitchenette, with their rooms being decorated in high-quality furniture. The place even has an indoor court and gym, added to the list of perks for just over 200 inmates. Not only that, but inmates are allowed to wear their own clothes. Sounds like an adult-only holiday camp to me. Number 8. Pondok Bamboo Prison, Indonesia. This section of the Cipenang Penitentiary Institution made headlines when it was revealed that certain prisoners, most of whom were charged with crimes of corruption, were living in great luxury. Parts of the prison contain superior accommodation, like Pondok Bamboo, the women's penitentiary, which is fully equipped with everything from air conditioning and refrigerators to king-size beds and internet access. They also provide karaoke machines if inmates want to have a sing-off and home cinema systems with mounted wall speakers, because prisoners need to have that surround sound. Beauty treatments are also given out along with recreational classes to pass the time. A special case of one inmate in Pondok Bamboo was that of a businesswoman who was imprisoned for 5 years due to bribing a persecutor. She was found to have air conditioning in her room along with a sofa, spring bed, and an LCD TV. She also received plastic surgery, had unlimited visits, and a maid to clean herself. Needless to say, when this news got out, things changed drastically for her. Number 7. Addison Prison, Scotland. HMP Addison, dubbed the Addison by prisoners after the Radisson hotel chain, is Scotland's most expensive prison and was opened up to be a specialized learning prison. The privately run jail is located in Lothian, Scotland, and has been criticized for its luxury facilities. Inmates have their own en-suites, televisions, and have access to a computer room, library, and gym. The prison's 12 wings also have their own electronic kiosks so that inmates can order their own meals and are allowed to check account balances and top up phones. Inmates have even been seen uploading their takeout food onto social media. When Addison opened in 2008, the prison was described as being more high-tech than most modern apartment blocks. With the criticism that came from the news of what the facilities for inmates was like, prison bosses argued, saying that it helps in the rehabilitation of offenders. Number 6. San Antonio Prison, Margarita Island. This one is known as the prison where inmates can do anything except leave. On the outside, the 2000 inmate San Antonio Prison looks like any other Venezuelan penitentiary. Soldiers stand at the gates in green fatigues, sharpshooters observe from watchtowers, and guards search visitors as they enter the compound. But once inside, San Antonio is a place of luxury for inmates and their relatives. With no structure implemented, they're allowed to spend their days doing what they want. Women sunbathe, children play in swimming pools, barbecue pits blaze, and couples dance in the prison club to live music. Their luxury comes due to a lack of guards, and inmates have been able to gain a certain degree of independence. Especially with their access to technology. With this freedom, parties happen throughout the day along with other social events. Even though violent crimes may get conducted from San Antonio, it's renowned for being a fairly tranquil place where visitors are even welcome to spend a weekend Partying it up with the criminals? I think I'll pass. Number 5. Halden Prison, Norway. This correction facility has been said to be the world's most humane prison, although many people say it's too lenient and luxurious for its inmates. Halden is Norway's second largest prison and has no conventional security, with all guards being unarmed as it supposedly creates unnecessary intimidation. Prisoners and guards are encouraged to be friendly with each other to boost the feeling of community and togetherness. Though critiqued for its leniency, it has also been praised for its humane conditions, receiving the Arnstein-Arneberg Award for its interior design back in 2010 and has been the subject of its own documentary. The architect in charge of the build wanted to make it look as much like the outside world as possible, trying to steer clear of it looking like a prison at all. The just over 250 inmate cells have TVs, fridges, designer furniture, and unbarred windows. Not only that, but they have a fully equipped gym, library, climbing wall, dental facilities, and a fully equipped recording studio. Inmates are locked in their cells 12 hours a day, but are given an incentive of 53 kroner, almost £6 a day to leave their cell. Prisoners are allowed to receive visitors twice a week for 2 hours. Individual rooms containing a sofa, sink, sheets, towels, and even condoms are available for single-person visits. There's even a chalet-style house where prisoners can have family members stay for 24 hours. With facilities like this, it's surprising that Norway has such a low crime rate. Well, that's unless you subscribe to the idea that these prisons actually help reduce the reoffending rate, causing the low crime rate itself. Number 4. San Pedro Prison, Bolivia. This prison became famous after an Australian law graduate released his novel, Marching Powder, a true story of friendship, cocaine, and South America's strangest jail. Not only is it a place of luxury for around 1,500 of Bolivia's most hardened criminals, it's also located directly in the middle of its capital, La Paz, and prisoners have been known to be able to buy freedom passes for a day or so for a fee. San Pedro Prison is completely self-governed and runs as its own little town, with shops and restaurants inside run by inmates. Jobs on offer in the compound range from bartenders, chefs, waiters, and even real estate agents. Women and children are allowed to live voluntarily within prison family members, and not too long ago, they even allowed English-speaking guides to show tourists through the prison, with some staying to enjoy the drug-induced parties at night. At one point, it was the #1 tour to do in the capital, according to Lonely Planet guides. The prisoners who have the money live a life of luxury inside the prison, such as corrupt businessmen, politicians, and drug dealers who buy their cells from the prison mayor. Yes, they have one of those too. In their cells, they have flat-screen TVs, Wi-Fi, and some have been known to also have jacuzzis. From the outside, the rich quarters neighbors cash machines for relatives to withdraw cash before they queue up to see their imprisoned family members. Number 3. Otago Correction Facility, New Zealand. This prison doesn't take its security measures lightly, but does believe in teaching their prisoners skills to create behavioral change. Located in Milton, Otago, this correction facility is known by locals as the Milton Hilton. Inmates get their own rooms with all the creature comforts of home. Cells have unbarred windows, perfect for letting in plenty of sun, comfy beds, underfloor heating, TVs, and space to put their personal belongings. It also has a modest library and gymnasium where the 335 inmates are encouraged to work out. They also have the opportunity to learn a wide range of life skills and partake in extracurricular activities such as engineering, cooking, and dairy farming. Number 2. Pay to Stay, California. In this prison, if you have the money, you can upgrade like a hotel, but more prison-like. This luxury isn't available for all prisoners, though, and is typically only for non-violent first-time inmates, or ones who are serving a short-term sentence. If a prisoner happens to tick the boxes on the luxurious prison upgrade list, and of course is able to afford it, their living conditions will soon start to improve. To live in the comforts of Pay to Stay, it will cost around 100 per night. Not only can they get upgraded if they have the cash, but they also get special privileges. People who stay in the luxury cells have areas where doors are left unlocked, and cells include a television, DVD player, their own personal phone, full-size fridge, laptop, and separation from the usual overcrowded prison areas. Not only that, but for an extra fee, inmates can leave to go to work while wearing a GPS monitor. Number 1. Champdion Prison, Switzerland. After undergoing a £28 million revamp, this prison is all about the outside extracurricular activities for its inmates. Previously being notorious for overcrowding and disease, this refurbished prison allows jailbirds to work on the prison farm, where they grow produce that not only feeds them, but gets sold to make profit and also donated to state-founded institutions like orphanages. In their free time, they're able to go for a horse ride, go to the local rivers to fish, play tennis on the prison courts, or have saunas, as well as go on cross-country ski trips. To top it all off, they live in their own private cottages and have dinner prepared and cooked specially by a chef from the produce they've grown. Which prison stood out to you as the pinnacle of luxury? Do you believe another one deserved the top spot? Share your insights in the comments section, and thank you for tuning in.